Okay, the webinar is being live streamed.
Thank you, Mike. So good afternoon. The Delaware River Basin Commission will now convene its August 2024. Let's start
Zoom is
again.
now recording.
Let's start again. So good afternoon, everyone. The Delaware River Basin Commission will now convene its August 2024 public hearing. Thank you all for joining us. My name is Steve Tambini. I'm the Executive Director of the DRBC, and I'll serve as today's hearing officer. This public hearing is being conducted remotely via the Zoom webinar. The hearing is also being broadcast on DRBC's YouTube channel, which accommodates viewing only. If you're watching the hearing via YouTube and would like to offer comment on any of the hearing items, please join the hearing via the Zoom registration link provided on the DRBC website. Once you register, you'll be immediately provided with a Zoom webinar link to join the hearing in progress. To reiterate, YouTube is not interactive and provides only an opportunity to view the hearing. You'll be able to speak during the hearing only by joining via Zoom webinar. Registration will remain open through the hearing to accommodate late arrivals. The registration process is intended to establish security for today's public hearing while also providing the public an opportunity for oral comment on the pending dockets. Those wishing to offer public comment had until 5 p.m. yesterday to pre-register for the Zoom webinar as potential speakers. Once we hear from all those who pre-registered as commenters, we'll allow additional Zoom attendees the opportunity to provide comments orally on any of the hearing items today. A notice for the hearing was posted on the DRBC website and in other media. Attendees at this hearing can see or listen to me and others who will be presenting at today's hearing. When the time comes to take public comment, we'll provide microphone access one at a time to allow individuals to provide their comments and input. The public hearing is being recorded. In addition, the commissioners will be briefed on the activities held at this hearing, and they'll have access to the recording as needed to inform their decision making. I'd like to start with introductions, beginning with our Commission Secretary and Assistant General Counsel.
Good afternoon. My name is Pam Bush, DRBC Assistant General Counsel and Commission Secretary.
Thank you, Pam. And our DRBC's Manager of Project Review.
Hello, I'm David Kovach. I'm the Manager of Project Review at the DRBC.
And Dave will be presenting the draft dockets today shortly. Thank you, David. Additional DRBC staff members are also on the Zoom webinar as attendees. Just a few announcements and ground rules before we get started. Today's public hearing, during today's public hearing, oral comments are being accepted on 33 draft dockets that may be considered by the DRBC commissioners for action at our September business meeting. Alternatively, you may provide written comments on these hearing items. The public comment period for accepting written comments on the draft dockets presented at today's public hearing will close on Monday, August 12, 2024 at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. It is not necessary to submit both oral and written comments, as both are given equal consideration. Please visit the DRBC website for information on how to submit written comments. Note that chats or online written communication made during today's hearing will not become part of the decision-making record. The next DRBC business meeting will take place at 10:30 a.m. on Thursday, September 5th, 2024. At that meeting, the commissioners may take action on any of the items for which a public hearing has been completed, including any of the items subject to the hearing today. They may also act on matters that do not require a public hearing, including certain internal and administrative matters. The September 5th meeting will be held virtually via Zoom webinar. The meeting will also be streamed on YouTube. Immediately after the September 5th business meeting adjourns, the Commission will hold an open public comment session. That will be an opportunity to address the commissioners off the record on any matter that relates to the basin's water resources management. Unlike comments offered during today's public hearing, comments made during the open public comment session on September 5th will not be included in any decision-making record of the Commission. To participate in open public comment on September 5th, you must register in advance through the Zoom registration link and that's on the DRBC website as well. When the commissioners convene at the September 5th business meeting, they'll have several choices on how they want to handle the proposed draft dockets. First, they may approve the dockets as they're proposed. They may approve them with changes. They may issue a denial, or they may defer the action. When the commissioners defer an action, they also have some options. They may announce an additional period for written comment on an item with or without an additional hearing date, or they may take additional time to consider the input they already have received without requesting further public input. Any deferred items will be considered for action at a public meeting of the commission at a future date. At today's public hearing, there are 33 proposed docket actions being considered as noted on the agenda that was posted on the DRBC website. Links to the draft dockets were also posted on the website, along with a brief description of each docket. After staff's presentation, I'll open the floor for your comments. If you have not signed up in advance, and just as a note, nobody signed up in advance. So if you're here and you would like to speak, please try and familiar yourself with the hand raising feature and raise your hand at such time as you desire to provide comment. I know there also may be people on the phone as well. The command to raise your hand, if you're relying solely upon a phone connection, is *9. When you're called upon, please introduce yourself and include your affiliation, if any. The time limit today for oral comments will generally be about 3 minutes, but as I said, we don't have a whole lot of people signed up. Today's hearing is limited to the draft dockets that were listed on today's hearing agenda. Any comments should relate specifically to the items that have been listed on the Commission's detailed public notice on our website and scheduled for the hearing today, and to issues that are relevant for the Commission's proposed action. For the record, we have a total of 21 participants on the call today. So now I'm going to switch to the staff presentation and public comments. I'm going to ask the DRBC's Manager of Project Review, David Kovach, to present the draft dockets for consideration. Dave.
Thank you, Steve. On the slide before you are 33 duly noticed draft project dockets that DRBC Project Review staff have prepared for public comment at today's hearing. 32 projects on the agenda are in Pennsylvania, and one project that's item number 33 is in New York. Of the 33 projects, 24 are wastewater discharges. Those are denoted in black, and the remainder are water withdrawals denoted in blue. I'll go through the dockets in two groups, starting with the project renewals. And this is the first group of 30 dockets, and that's items 1 through 30. Includes renewals of approvals for water withdrawal and wastewater discharge projects that have not changed substantially from when they were last approved by the Commission. At this point, I request that we take public comment on the draft dockets 1 through 30 on the slide, Steve.
Thank you, David. As I said earlier, we didn't receive anyone who signed up in advance to offer comments on any of the dockets. However, if anyone on the call or on the Zoom webinar would like to offer comments for dockets listed as number 1 through 30 on the screen, please raise your hand and we will recognize you. The raise hand feature should be on the center lower part of your screen, I think both in mobile and desktop versions. David, I don't see any hand raises at this point. If anyone does see any and wants to correct me, I'll certainly stop. But if not, let's keep moving.
Okay.
Just for the record, before I do that, I did get a notice that I think I said 21 attendees. We have 16 attendees on the Zoom webinar, and I believe another 6 on YouTube. So I might have been off by 1.
Okay, moving on to the next group of dockets. That includes the project renewals with substantial changes, and there are 3 renewals with substantial changes in this group. That's 31 through 33. And I'll go through each one briefly. Project number 31, this is Nestle Purina Pet Care Company in South Whitehall Township, Lehigh County, PA. This is an application to approve construction of a new industrial wastewater treatment plant that will replace the existing industrial wastewater treatment plant and increase the annual average flow from 0.53 million gallons a day to 1.08 million gallons a day. The applicant also applied to approve construction of a new discharge outfall that will direct effluent directly to Jordan Creek. The IWTP will continue to discharge in the interim to an unnamed tributary to Jordan Creek at the river miles indicated on the slide. And then once construction of the outfall is complete, it will discharge directly to Jordan Creek at the river miles indicated on the slide. Next project, number 32, is Quakertown Borough in the borough of Quakertown, Bucks County, Pennsylvania. This is an application to approve a proposed expansion of the applicant's existing 4 MGD wastewater treatment plant and its discharge. The proposed expansion consists of increasing the hydraulic design capacity to 5 million gallons a day and the average annual flow to 3.84 million gallons a day. The increase is required to meet the needs of an exceeded reserve capacity of the existing Bucks County Water and Sewer Authority. This through via an agreement between the applicant and the Bucks County Water and Sewer Authority. Wastewater treatment plant will continue to discharge treated effluent to Tohickon Creek upstream of Lake Nakamixon at the river miles indicated on the slide. The discharge is located in the drainage area to the lower Delaware SPW. And the last project on the agenda, item 33, is the town of Delaware in Sullivan County, New York. It's an application to approve a withdrawal of up to 7.37 million gallons per month of groundwater from 2 new wells known as Callicoon 1 and Callicoon 2, this being for public water supply. The new wells will replace the previously approved wells and spring sources serving the hamlet of Callicoon Water District. And the wells are screened in unconsolidated sand and gravel deposits in the Beaver Dam Creek, Delaware River watershed in the upper Delaware special protection waters. That's it for my presentation of the projects with substantial changes. At this point in time, I'd ask that we take any comment on projects 31 through 33.
Thank you, David. If there are individuals who'd like to comment on projects 31 through 33, please use the hand raise features in Zoom. For those on the phone only, you can press *9 to raise your hand. I do see someone with their hand raised. I'm going to allow this person to talk, Amanda Van Etten. Amanda, are you there?
Good afternoon. My name is Bill Brown. I'm with Delaware Engineering. Amanda works in our office as well and set up the Zoom call for me. I appreciate the ability to make comment. We're the engineer for the town of Delaware in Sullivan County, and just wanted to touch base on the application before you today. Mr. Kovac, we worked with him to go through the paperwork. The water system serving this system has been in service for many years. It was previously a privately held water system serving the hamlet of Callicoon. It was recently taken over by the town of Delaware, and the town has obtained funding from New York State Environmental Facilities Corporation to make the upgrades that were mandated in part by Delaware River Basin Commission and mandated by the New York State Department of Health, largely associated with the new water sources. So we're in agreement with moving forward with the updated docket, and appreciate the support.
Thank you for your comments. Is there anyone else who would like to comment? And let me just say on any of the items, number 1 through 33. If you do, please raise your hand. I'm going to give it another 10 seconds or so. At this point, I don't see any hand raises, so I'm going to offer one more time. If anyone would like to offer any comments on any of the dockets, numbers 1 through 33, please raise your hand in Zoom or dial *9 if you're on the phone. One last pass. So at this point, I see no one else who wants to comment. As a reminder, if you have written comments on any of the 33 draft dockets, please send them through our online system before 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Monday, August 12, 2024. That completes the presentation of the dockets and items scheduled for the hearing today. Thank you for attending DRBC's August 2024 public hearing. Our next business meeting is on September 5th. We invite you to visit our website for more information about upcoming meetings and events and to sign up to receive meeting notices and other updates. The public hearing is now closed. Thank you for your participation.
Thank you.